Welcome back, Totally Unbiased. And this episode of Totally Unbiased, I'm Nick, that's Aidan, you know what it is who wins, who loses. So, listen, you guys, you've been killing it on our TikTok. Thank you for, everything you guys have been doing with all of our TikTok videos. Our live streams have done really well. Thanks to any viewers we got. So I really appreciate it. Let's kind of jump into this, but before we do, I'm going to give out all the socials. Follow us on Twitter at YT_unbiased, on TikTok at totally unbiased, and on Instagram at totally unbiased. But like I'm not going to start this video until you look down and you click that subscribe button and the like button, because might as well do it. So let's get into it. Let's get started. Aidan, hit us with the first games this weekend.
Yeah, so obviously the first game, Thursday Night Football. We have a pretty good game, Patriots versus Falcons. The Patriots have been rolling lately, and I mean rolling. Like, they're beating a lot of teams who early on in the year we thought were Super Bowl contenders, like the Chargers. And they're such an impressive team. Mac Jones is really settling into that role. So give me the Patriots. Nick, what do you think about that one?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Patriots, obviously, too, as well. I think they're going to win this game. I really believe that the Falcons are going to have a tough time here without Cordero Patterson. So I really just don't think this game's going to be close. I'm going New England Patriots. They're going to win again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that one's kind of an easy one to call, but this one's a little tougher. First Sunday game of the week. Colts versus Bills. Obviously, the Colts have been trending upwards throughout the year. The Bills are a great team as well, but they seem to lose a lot of games that they should be winning. More recently against the Jaguars. So there's a question about the Bills' consistency. What kind of team is going to show up on the field any given Sunday? But give me the Bills. I think they're going to win this one. Nick, what do you think?
I was originally going to take the Colts in this game, but the fact of the matter is, it's in Buffalo, right? It's in Buffalo, and the Bills don't lose in Buffalo. They don't lose at Orchard Park. They just don't. That is their home. That's where they belong. I'm going to take the Bills in this game for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's all Bills. But for the next game of the week, we have the Ravens versus the Bears. The Bears have kind of been in a weird spot lately. Justin Fields looks good, but there's inconsistencies across the board with the O-line, the receiving core. The defense isn't quite what we thought it would be. So, and the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, that's it. That's the tweet. Lamar Jackson. I'm going Baltimore Ravens by multiple scores.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Baltimore Ravens by multiple scores. And the fact of the matter is, Chicago's not that good of a team. I think Fields is actually pretty good, though. I'm going to be honest with you. I Fields was my second-ranked quarterback in this draft. However, excuse me. However, the problem was Matt Nagy. He's not good at all. The fact is, he loses games more often than he will win you a game as a coach. But I think the Bears, their ultimate goal is not really to win right now. But the Ravens, like you said, Lamar Jackson, they're electric. Baltimore Ravens are going to win this game.
Absolutely. Now our next game of the week. This one's kind of a weird one. The Lions versus the Browns. The Lions. They finally didn't lose. They didn't win, but they finally didn't lose last week. They tied the Steelers. So I don't know if they exit that game with any sort of a morale boost, but now this week they're going against a Browns team that's kind of been off the rails lately. They were another one in that category that was supposed to be a Super Bowl contender, and Baker's spotty. Everything's just kind of spotty across the board. But you got to go with the Browns in this one. That's just an easy call, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's a pretty easy call, and I'm going to agree with you there. I don't think there needs to be much said. The Browns are pissed. They're going to win this week.
Yeah, definitely. Now this one is another pretty easy call, in my opinion. The Texans go against the Titans. I think the Titans, they're 6-0 in their last 6 weeks. They've just been incredible, even without Derrick Henry. They seem to be getting it done, and guys such as Josh Reynolds are stepping up out of the woodworks, and they're stepping up in that receiving core. So the Titans, they just seem to be in this really good spot where they're hot right now. Not many teams can confidently enter their stadium and say they could beat them. Certainly not the Texans. So roll with the Titans.
Yeah, roll with the Titans and feel comfortable doing it. I think Frankly, if you're watching the Titans play, even without Derrick Henry, they have an attitude. Mike Vrabel's got them rolling, and they got a certain edge to them, whether they have their star guy or not, which they don't right now. It doesn't matter who they play, and especially in that 6 game win streak, Aiden, I believe 5 of those teams are not they're shoo-ins for the playoffs, pretty much, and that is big. That is really big. Again, give me the Titans. It's easy for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Now this next one's a little tougher. We got Green Bay versus the Vikings. The Packers, they've been in a weird spot lately. Rodgers had COVID. They don't really have all their guys. They haven't had all their guys on the field in a few weeks now. More recently, they're missing Aaron Jones. And the Vikings, they've been pretty good. I mean, they're not anything exceptional, but I gotta roll with the Packers in this one. They finally, like I said, they have all their guys back. Aaron Rodgers is fantastic, specifically against the Vikings. His record is incredible. So roll with Aaron Rodgers on this one.
I'm picking the Vikings in the upset win. Believe it or not, the Vikings are a lot closer to 9-0 than they are to 4-5, and they're 4-5 somehow. They've blown late leads here and there. They've lost close games, missing chip shot field goals. The Vikings got to get it done, and especially against the Packers team who's injured right now. Aaron Jones is a big loss. Aiden, I don't know if you know this. Aaron Jones is second on the Packers in receiving yards. That's big. That's big. And especially now that he's down, A.J. Dillon does not possess that much receiving upside. He's more of a ground and pound. He's a bruiser kind of guy. He was the perfect guy for a snow game in Green Bay last week. But you're in the Dome in Minnesota. I think Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and Kirk Cousins get it going. I mean, if you look at their numbers, this is actually – because I want to spotlight this for a second here. If you compare Kirk Cousins' numbers directly besides Aaron Rodgers, Cousins' numbers are better. They just lose. That's it. They just lose. And the fact of the matter is, with Kirk Cousins, he just misses the big throw sometimes, the really important throw. And that's why they're losing some games. But I don't see them losing this one. I'm actually going to take the Vikings in the upset.
Yeah, I really can't blame you. The Vikings have just been very good recently. Kirk Cousins is having a career year, in my opinion, and he still gets just a lot of unnecessary hate. So the Vikings are a good call, too. That's a very close call in that game. Another close call is Miami Dolphins versus the Jets. This is kind of the battle of two very awful teams, two of the worst teams in the NFL. So a tough one to call, to be honest. But I just think the Dolphins are the more complete team. They're not having quarterback issues right now like the Jets are. And Mike White last week was atrocious. Like, he had the worst quarterback performance of any quarterback on the year. I think the Mike White momentum's gone, and the Dolphins win by a comfortable lead.
Yeah, they're starting Joe Flacco now. That's all you really need to know. They're starting Joe Flacco this week. I'm going to take the Dolphins. I actually really like what I've seen from them in the last 3 weeks. The defense they're back, right? It was like they were 30th in the league, and then they're back. They're back 100%. What they did to Lamar Jackson last week was excellent scheming, excellent game planning. It seems like some of these Belichick disciples, as Brian Flores, Joe Judge, those guys, for some reason, they're winning late in the year for some unknown reason. So, the Dolphins have put their foot in the gas. It's probably too little too late. However, it's the Jets. No one loses, much like the Jets do. So give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, the Dolphins are really one of those underrated later season teams. They've really gained some momentum in the last couple weeks. Another team that I think is actually gaining some momentum is the New Orleans Saints, and they're going against the Eagles. And now I know they lost this week, but it was a very close game, and I think that they're starting to develop an offensive identity. They're establishing the run. They're leaning on their running backs. Without Jameis Winston, they've still been all right, not great, but I think that Philly is just one of those really questionable teams at this point in the year. You don't really know what they're going to do on any given Sunday, whether they're going to lean on the run or the pass, both of which has been very spotty for them. So I'm going to roll with the Saints here.
Yeah, I'm also going to roll with the Saints, but it's important to remember about the Saints. I think that this offseason or this midseason move to get Mark Ingram will be the best move of the season, the best transaction, because not for nothing. Now that Alvin Kamara missed last week and they only lost by 1 point to the Texans, the Titans. The fact of the matter is, the Saints are really close, and I feel like they've always been a quarterback away, but I don't know. I mean, Simeon's played pretty well. I think if they can acclimate Taysom Hill in the way they've started to, I'm not sure if he'll ever start. Maybe he's better as a weapon. I'm not sure what they're doing, but whatever they're doing, it's working. And I think the midseason acquisition of Mark Ingram was important. And I'm going to take the Saints in this one as well. I don't think they get fooled by Jalen Hurts twice.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think this is 100% a Saints week. Um, Another team that I'm really high on this week is the Carolina Panthers going against the Washington football team. I think that, it's a Cam Newton revenge game going against Ron Rivera. He looked fantastic last week in a very limited role. Cam had 2 touchdowns. And I think that Carolina's very excited with what they got from Cam at this point in the year. And he hasn't had that early season. He hasn't been relied upon so heavily earlier in the year, where now his body is healthy. And I think that he's in a pretty good spot with Carolina. And Washington, yes, they upset the Bucs last week, but I wouldn't really take anything from that. So I'm going to roll with the Panthers.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen it yet, go check out the deep dive I posted yesterday about the Carolina Panthers. I think Cam Newton is bringing them to the playoffs. Cam Newton is back. And a lot of the issue with Cam Newton, as you'll see in the video, I'm going to go deeper in depth, so I'm not going to go too crazy right now. A lot of the issue with Cam Newton in the recent years was towards the end of the year, he's had a bit of deterioration of his body on his arm strength. But the fact of the matter is, he didn't play in the first 8 games of the year. He didn't. First 9 games, first 8 games, he didn't play. They're 5-5 right now. The next 3 games they have are really important, and I'm going to go over this. I went over it more in that video. Go check it out because I'm telling you, the Panthers are making the playoffs, and I'm taking them to win this game. And this is the first step for them to go to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we're going to move on to some of the other games here. San Francisco 49ers travel to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. For me, this one's like, it's not even close. Like, come on. It's not even close. Give me the 49ers.
Yeah, the 49ers, they embarrassed the Rams on Monday Night Football this week. And I really think that offense is scary now. I think George Kittle is back. I think Deebo Samuel has really emerged as this amazing, amazing wide receiver, possibly even top 5. And the Jaguars are just depressing. Yeah, they'll win a random game every once in a while against an opponent they shouldn't, like Buffalo. But this isn't one of those weeks.
Yeah, it's not one of those weeks. Definitely don't think it's one of those weeks. So we're gonna keep going. Sorry guys, I'm just making a note of some things. So we got Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in Vegas. I'm gonna take the Bengals in this game. I just think the Raiders have had too much happen. They've been punching them out too many times. I don't know that they're gonna recover this season. It's a hard ask of any team to overcome what they have. I feel bad for the Raiders, but this one's all Bengals.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that one's a tougher one to call, but I think that the Bengals are just a more reliable team at this point in the year, and the Raiders have been really, really spotty. You don't know what Las Vegas team is going to show up on any given Sunday. So, and the Bengals, yeah, they haven't been very consistent themselves, but they're just more complete across the board in my mind. So I'm rolling with the Bengals.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm with you on that one completely. Just making sure we got all of our stuff in order. It's been a very hectic morning. So we're going to keep going. We got Dallas Cowboys taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. I have this circled, X marked, highlighted, underlined, whatever you want to say. This is the game of the week. This is where we test 2 things. 1, is Dallas real? 2, can the Chiefs compete this year? Are they back? This is really tough for me. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs by double digits.
Really?
That's a hot take, and I'm ready for it, and I'm here for it. Chiefs by double digits.
So I'm actually, as a Giants fan, I hate to say it, but I'm actually rolling with the Cowboys here. One thing I do want to say first, I think this is the highest scoring game of the NFL season. This is going to be a shootout. And I mean, possibly each team in the 40s. Who knows? But like you said, it's a tough one to call. But I think that Dallas's offense has just been more consistent on the year, and they do have better running backs to rely upon. Both defenses are pretty questionable. Trayvon Diggs obviously has been great for Dallas, but he also allows a lot of yards. So tough one to call, but roll with Dallas here because they're just a little bit safer.
They are a safe pick. I just, this feeling, All right, so we're gonna keep rolling. Arizona Cardinals travel to Seattle, take on the Seahawks. Is Kyler Murray going to play? Is Kyler Murray going to play? Is Kyler Murray going to play? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Plays or not, Cardinals win.
Dude, I love the Cardinals right now. I think obviously the matchup is great. Seahawks defense has been very, very bad this year. Their secondary is atrocious. But even with or without Kyler, they've seemed to find something with this guy James Conner. Obviously Conner was good with the Steelers. There's question marks about if he'd be good this year, if he could stay on the field. But not only is he a reliable back, but they use him in the passing game quite a lot. So Connor's been great for them. I think their offense, like you said, with or without Kyler, is still a threat. So roll with the Cardinals here.
I'm with you there, 100%. I know they lost last week, but I still think that this week they can win big too. This game is interesting. It's a hard one to pick. The Chargers are dealing with COVID right now. Jerry Tillery and Joey Bosa have gone onto the COVID list. Drew Tranquil I think he's got an injury or COVID. I'm not sure. A lot of losses for the Chargers on this defensive side, and they haven't been good really lately at all. Then you look at the Steelers. They tied the Lions last week, and they're preparing as if Ben won't play. Weird, right? Weird. So I'm going to take the Chargers just in case Ben doesn't play. Taking the Chargers. Actually, I'll take the Chargers whether he plays or not. Herbert's better.
Yeah, it's definitely the safe pick of the week to go with the Chargers. I think that they're pretty inconsistent, but this Steelers team is just it's really every week it seems like there's a new significant injury that's just hurting this team. Every week they trend downwards. And yes, the Chargers are inconsistent, but their offense is just so wildly explosive. The defense, the secondary specifically, is great. If they can bottle up Najee, I think it'll be a dominant win by the Chargers. But being that their run defense is pretty atrocious, I'm going to say that it's a close Chargers win.
Yeah, definitely a safe pick here. But guys, we're gonna pick that Giants-Bucks game on Monday as always. You have to wait. Yeah. You viewer, you gotta wait until totally overreacting on Monday. But it's been Nick, it's been Aidan. We were here for Who Wins, Who Loses. Thank you for watching our channel. Thank you for watching Totally Unbiased. Check it out. We're gonna have live streams going. We have live streams. We go live on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. Unfortunately, last couple days we haven't been able to get a live stream to you. We will have one at some point today, and for 100% definite, one tomorrow for Thursday Night Football, and kind of get everybody ready and acclimated for it. I want to, again, thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the other videos. Hit that sub button. Hit that like button. And we'll catch you next time.